Bianca with Leaders in Business Podcast, where CEOs and executives in the digital marketing and social media space share their best advice. It is 6 questions in 9 minutes because leaders know what they're talking about. So let's get to it. In a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, my name is Candice Lowe. I'm a digital marketing consultant. I have my own social media channels through SoCalCargal, but also professionally for the past 10 years, I've been a consultant in the digital marketing field.
That's awesome. So what's the best thing about leading your business?
I guess coming up with the new innovative ideas, the different pathways, because I exclusively work in the automotive field. A lot of times there tend to have blinders on to what's going on in the social media digital marketing world. So I try to be creative and think a little bit outside of that realm.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I hear from others that it can be challenging to grow your business today with everything that is going on. So what are the biggest challenges you see business leaders facing today?
Capturing new business, really trying to stay ahead of where people are. That's really the biggest feedback I get from my dealerships that I manage, that I help consult with, is where can I get new customers? And 9 times out of 10, it's just, hey, let's just take care of our own customers, and then your new customers will naturally follow.
Mm-hmm. Great. So what is the best advice that you can give to other business leaders about creating a successful business?
So successful business starts with the mission statement, the strategy. What really are you trying to do with your business? And then utilizing the different avenues you have between social media and Google My Business to develop that strategy and brand yourself. A lot of times businesses make the mistake of using social media and Google My Business, for that matter, for strictly selling. And that's really not what the platform is for. It's for branding. It's for identifying yourself, identifying that little piece of the market that's yours, what you do differently, what you do better than the other guy down the street that's selling the same cars as you. Why should the customer visit your store? So focus your efforts within social media, Google My Business, and other avenues of that, like focus them on branding yourself and your employees, and having that good feedback from your customers really helps push that along.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think are the benefits if they focus more in social media and at the same time in Google My Business?
I think that the benefits are it costs you time. It doesn't, a small business can do a monster marketing effort, and really it only costs them time, maybe minimal investment. So for a smaller business that doesn't have the ability to hire a $3,000 a week marketing company, that really kind of levels the playing field, I feel like, because they can put in not a whole lot of budget and put in a little bit more time and really make a definite impact as far as the target market audience.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned a while ago that they should also utilize social media. So do you have any advices or any tips on how they can really utilize the use of the different social media platforms?
This is going to sound funny. Stop selling. Start branding. If people wanted to see it, there's so many people migrating away from cable, migrating away from ads generally, that they're not going to follow you for too long on social media if that's all you're doing is selling. So really use social media and Google My Business for branding. Branding on your people. How much education, how much training do they have? How many happy customers do you have? Have them come in and speak about their experiences. That's what it should be used for. So stop selling. That's the simplest advice I can give you for use of social media.
Yeah. Well, what do you think are the different factors why some businesses or some brands tend to sell more rather than brand themselves more?
So I think, and this is a hot topic in the automotive world, where Toyota and Honda are very dominant. And then Nissan, Hyundai, and Kia are kind of run into third place. So the level of money and the level of customer experience and the quality of the product has been very consistent for 10, 20 years. They've been extremely consistent across the board for that time. And that's what really the social media, the branding, the marketing strategy takes. It takes time. You can't go start a business, create a website, create a Facebook page, and expect automatically overnight everyone's going to know who you are. It takes several months sometimes to have any kind of proper search engine optimization, several years for that to be built consistently. And then again, time is the main factor there. So I think they win because they've been consistent with every aspect of their business for 20 years, in some cases more.
Great. All right. So, what other successful business leaders like yourself would you like to acknowledge and should be on the podcast?
So I have a dear friend of mine, Sean Welsh. He runs Car Biz Done Better. He is a phenomenally passionate person that goes in and trains car dealerships how to run their business, basically. And he does just a fantastic job. He's a good friend of mine. He started when I started doing digital marketing, and he's gone on his own path with his own business and done very, very well. So I'm a big fan of his.
Awesome. I will look them up. So now for the final fun question, who is the most interesting person to follow on social media and why?
So it would depend on the platform, because I think there's different platforms for different social media personalities. So Facebook, I really don't follow anybody. That's more for friends and family. Instagram is good for celebrities. I love the ones that have good photography, on good pictures. So like Nikki Sixx is a great one. Johnny Depp is a great one. They've got great, phenomenal photographers. If they do it themselves, kudos. That's fantastic. And then TikTok is kind of a new to the game, but I think that's more of a space for influencers. So I'll follow some random, funny, interesting, sometimes borderline where I'm like, why am I following this person? But it's to see what they're posting. It's what kind of content, and then how are people reacting to that content. So I love Iron Sanctuary is one I follow on TikTok. There's another, what's that one? Two Turnt Tony. And that's the one I always think to myself, why am I following this guy? But then I see, this guy's got 3 million followers. I just look at his content and see how people react to it. So that's what everybody I follow on TikTok, that's the main portion of it, is how many followers, what kind of content, and how are people reacting to it. And that helps me kind of craft outside the box ideas for what I do.
Well, it was a pleasure having you on. So how can people find you?
I'm on pretty much every social media avenue is SoCalCargal, except for LinkedIn, and that's under my own name, Candice Lowe.
All right. Well, that's a wrap. This is Bianca with Leaders in Business Podcast. For more insights and ideas, go to our website, leadersinbusinesspodcast.com.